Hey, this is Shell here, and we have a special edition of Women of Passion today. This is Angel. She was here before. I don't know if any of you recognize her with the new hair. She's had many colors. We'll get into the diverse angles and styles that you know.
To keep things fresh.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep things fresh because you got to keep it moving, right? We're doing a special edition today because I've had several Women of Passion over the last year, and this month here, I wanted to, there's been a lot of things going on in the media. There's been a lot of things going on in all over the world, and it concerns me. And you're a mother, but not only are you a mother, you're also a role model in the community where you come from, and you're like you're like a mother too. Like, you have these fosters, and you have all these godchildren, and not real fosters, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You adopted,
Yeah. The minute I call you mine, you become mine.
Yeah, and which is which means that you go to a lot of birthday parties.
You do.
You do, and that's cool. And potential to have a lot of either friends or potential girlfriends for your son. I love how you're just like
I'm handpicking his wife.
You are, and that's okay. And we'll get back to traditions and stuff like that because I think that kind of ties in. What I wanted to talk about just to start it off with is names. Okay, so my name's Shell, but my real name's Michelle. Not a big stretch, right? I didn't go too crazy. We got this wine today, and it said Michelle, and I thought about, where are all my personas? Where are my facades? You also, your given name, your birth name on your certificate is what?
Is Appear.
Appear. And do you know the meaning of your name?
Yeah, it means the scent of the flower in Arabic.
It's a lot of pressure, huh?
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. You're like, what?
Actually, what's funny is
it's really pretty, but
my dad
to
was
describe
overseas.
you are sweet, but you're such more of a hot tamale than that. And so, okay, a sense of what kind of flower?
It's just the
a
general,
white oleander.
Shadow.
Okay.
Until I was 3 months old, I was Catherine.
Okay.
So my dad came from overseas and said, "You named my half Middle Eastern child Catherine, and you renamed me here."
Okay. It's a beautiful name.
It is.
It is, and I know that it represents something.
With haunting memories.
It does. It does represent a stage in your life that, whether we like it or not, it's part of your history.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So
Definitely
embrace that. Now, at what point did you become Angel? And did you choose that name, and why?
I think you're going to love this.
Okay.
I was one of the few people to make it out of high school intact. So one of my girlfriends was always like, "Oh, you're the little perfect angel." And when I left home and needed the protection of my name, it became a thing. And when you use it so often, you actually have to go get it done legally because people started cutting me checks in Angel that I couldn't cash.
Right.
So that became my legal name.
I love that. So you're raising a son. You have 8. He's 8 years old. And how do you think he's going to view women 10 years from now?
Well, he's being raised to be very respectful. I always have this thing where I tell people, raise your kid like he's the next going to.
And I say that because you're raising a man.
Right.
I have 3 sons, and so I can't take credit for all of their mischievous behavior because, I can't just be blamed for everything. However, there was a point with all 3 of them where I said, what am I teaching them by my behavior?
Right.
I feel like I was a hypocrite. I was saying da-da-da-da, but then I was allowing da-da-da-da.
Well, like I was saying, I'm raising him like he's going to be. I tell everyone, raise your kids like they're the next president of the United States. That doesn't mean they're going to be. That doesn't mean that's what they have to be. That means you're going to raise them to the best of your ability with your best foot forward. And then what they decide to do with their life after that is their business. But with him, what I want him to do is I want him to be respectful and loving to everybody. And if I can just get him to be respectful and loving to other people, I've succeeded.
Okay, so when you said that as far as respect and loving, the reason why I brought these drinks up here, everything is for a reason, okay?
The Pepsi on mine.
Okay, so it's old school. What we're trying to do in this Women of Passion episode, and then that last one too, is take it back old school, just a little bit, and every generation blames the generation before. Of course. I actually don't blame my generation before. I feel that my mom was a hero. She was raised in the, I guess she was born in 40 and raised 50s and 60s, but she was bringing us up in the late 60s, and then we were raised in the 70s, and it was a powerful time for women. And then I think we kind of like stagnated off a little bit. And I think we're at another plateau right now. And I think our women of our generation has a responsibility to maybe remind, because the history books, we can't wait for the next generation to maybe read a history book.
I think we need to pick it up and remind girls that we have strength, we have power. I'm not, and this is going to offend a million people, I'm not into the current feminist movement. I don't think it focuses enough on women. I think the original feminist movement in some ways hurt and helped women all at the same time. I think we have to remind people that yes, we are independent, yes, we are strong, but we still demand, deserve, and need respect and love. And
what about roles in society, okay, as far as women go? Okay, you know what, I'm old school. Not that I'm not saying I needed, well, yeah, I was barefoot and pregnant, you know, slinging some, you know, bringing home the bacon or whatever, but I think that the girls today don't even know how to cook, let alone be a woman to a man.
I take issue with that. I think to be a well-rounded human being, regardless of your sex, you have to be able to take care of yourself and do everything. You're not learning to cook for your man, you're learning to cook for yourself, first of all. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't hurt, because you're taking care of other people.
But I mean, as far as traditional rules, yes, I think that we could all share our, you know, that everyone could do the laundry or whatever. But I am an old-fashioned girl a little bit, you know. I still want to be CEO. Don't get me wrong. Okay,
I am. I'm still going to grocery shop. I'm still going to, you know, be there for back to school.
I'm still going to pout when I don't get my way. You
know? The pouting is necessary. If you haven't learned how to pout, go learn.
But know that it's an art, and you pull it out as your bag of tricks. It's not your whole game, ladies.
Somebody I know calls it being a titty baby, but it's necessary.
Okay. So what girls' strengths are today in the instant world is, okay, when we were growing up, when we did inappropriate things, I just think maybe a couple people knew about it. But now it's everywhere, right?
You know what? I don't care how bad or what you did when I was growing up. It wasn't anywhere near what they're doing today. And it's so blasted on social media. If I could tell girls nowadays one thing, whatever you do, stop taking pictures, stop posting selfies of what you're doing. If it's inappropriate, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. It's never going to go away. You're not going to be able to take it back. And, you know, they've proven that over and over, that even if you take it down within 2 minutes, it's already moved everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere.
That picture of you in your bra that the little boy talked you into sending because, you know, he's the cutest boy in school, it's not going to. And
just wait. My advice to the girls, there's plenty of time, right? Because
honestly, there's never a reason to send any guy a picture of yourself in your bra. It takes away your power. My power is what I have to offer, and I'm not going to give you that in the form of a picture. Who are you? Why should I give you a part of me?
I mean, you mean a stranger?
A stranger? Well, yeah, but how close are you to the guy you know at school?
I'm just saying, she's kind of living up to her name a little bit.
Well, no, but look, I've done those photo shoots. I have those pictures.
Right, so you're not against those photos. Just don't send them on the cell phone.
Don't
just
send
be
them
clear.
On the cell phone. They belong to the person you're into.
You're right. You're right. Kevin, I hope I can trust you, because those inappropriate pictures I've been sending you every week, the boxers and stuff, you know.
Kevin's pretty trustworthy.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay, but seriously, that is an issue today. What are your thoughts on some of the hysteria that's going on, like politically? Not to like name drop any side of the politics. But what's up with all the different protests and stuff? I mean, isn't there a different way? Like, I don't remember even. First of all, I'm sorry, I was a stoner back in the day, so I don't think I really protested anything but my parents. But as far as like big government, big business, or this or that, why are we taking over freeways? What happened?
Honestly, for one thing, I think government's gotten too big. I think it's insane to allow government to continue to be this big on the level they're at. They're for us, and they're supposed to be for us. Yeah. And instead, it's becoming all about government control. That's not what this name stands for. That's not what this cover stands for. As for the protest, if you protest something that's in your protest is going to affect change, then I'm with you.
Yes.
If your protests do damage, then I'm not going to respect your point of view, and I'm not going to listen to you.
You were raised to work hard, right?
I was raised to bust your ass and work very hard for everything you have. And I really think, right now, I think there's a big divide between the people who feel like law enforcement, I'm going to touch on that, that people who feel like law enforcement is being unfair. I know a lot of police officers and a lot of correctional officers personally, and they would rather throw their bodies over you to protect you
Absolutely.
for 2 seconds, and they're devastated when they have to use their weapon. I mean, absolutely devastated. But I also have known 2 or 3 that belong in jail. So I understand the divide. But I think when you're going to protest, you need to protest correctly, and you need to do things that affect change. Recently, there's a little 9-year-old girl who got hit by a stray bullet, and nobody protested the fact that the gang members killed her. That affects me in a really strong way. I want to remember her. I don't want to forget her. And right now, I couldn't even find her name anywhere on social media or in the regular media.
It's not popular.
Why don't I know this little 9-year-old's name who's now passed away because of a stray gang bullet? Why instead do I know, how many hairstyles Donald Trump is going through and what
Well, he has a cat with a Trump little hair this morning.
I know,
I saw
but
that,
everybody knows that, but I don't know this little girl's name. That is where we're going wrong. We should
and
all know her.
And so what I think that I would like to instill in the young people before we will wrap this up, because we're going to come back in just a second, okay? We worked just as hard. We weren't like, if the gas might have been cheaper, maybe the milk was a little bit cheaper. But when I wanted things when I was younger, if I wanted mascara or if I wanted extra clothes or if I wanted to go somewhere, I had to work hard. I walked.
As an adult, we have to do
I had
that.
to walk. If anyone
You want a vacation, you're getting a second job nowadays.
Google this. I lived in Pleasant Hill, and all my friends lived in Martinez, and we took the back roads, and I walked from Pleasant Hill to Martinez. There was no
That's
bus.
a long walk.
It was, but we trucked it. I was like, oh, whatever. It took us like 3 hours, but we knew we could, anything to get away from the man, which was our family at the time, right? So, I don't know. I think that when we come back here, we're going to give the kids some hope, okay? So when we come back, we're going to talk through some fun things, the transitions, and how we became these powerful, strong women that we are today. And earlier, just a second ago, we were talking about all kinds of stuff. I want to end this segment on some hope, okay? I am not just the type of person that's going to preach a bunch of stuff. I am, I used to say, you're not a victim, you're a volunteer, okay? And so... But there was a time when I was a victim, and I didn't know I was a volunteer. And for any of the young girls out there, my heart's always open to you. I had a tough road, but it's the road I chose. And with some of the stuff that I was dealt, I allowed it to shape my identity. Now it came out later on that I used some of that negative for positive, but I didn't know it at the time.
You don't know it at the time.
How can you speak to them, Angel? Because I know that you've worked with women, not just young women, but all age groups of women. Because of the job you have, you're exposed to a lot of people, and maybe
there are a lot of people going through divorces and who are upset. Some of the
it's not all. Yeah, it's not all just like the typical thing where this.
You wouldn't think this is what you would experience in real estate, but you need to.
Oh gosh, well in real estate, you're like a mini counselor, and
it's a lot of helping people through transition.
Give the girls some hope that you can put your best foot forward. Sometimes putting on having a nice, cute purse and the right shade of lipstick, gets us to the next day.
18 on your own, working 3 jobs. You can get there. You just have to find the thing you want to do. I think it's important to get some sort of education, whether it's college or a technical school, or but there's always hope, and you can always persevere. I think it's important to focus on yourself versus focusing on what the guy in your life.
Did you ever live alone? Have you ever lived alone?
No.
I never did either.
I never lived
alone. Okay,
so
we're not trying to act like we're a bunch of know-it-alls or whatever. Yeah, I did live alone one time. I was fucking terrified. I think I was 18 once, and then I lived alone. I think
I'm a people person.
37.
If I'm home alone, I'm going to call somebody up and go to their house.
Okay, so... But with that being said, doesn't mean we need to pick up Charlie at the end of the bar to bring home because we don't desperately want to be alone.
We don't. No, I definitely think you have to focus on yourself. And if you don't love yourself first, you can't effectively love anyone else. So I think that's probably the most important message for today. I think it's also important for women like us to always be there.
Do you think sometimes women get embarrassed? See, like I've always been, because we have the persona, right?
Yes,
we have. Like when I met you,
Everybody
I knew.
thinks I'm strong and crazy.
Well, I mean, my first impression of you is that you were all pulled together and you had this fucking badass outfit on, and I'm like, fuck you, bitch. And then, but that was my first impression.
Right.
And now you didn't speak it, and then you gave me eye contact, and you were totally cool. I'm like, come on, my bitch, I love you, because that's how we are. We judge the outside before we see the inside sometimes,
right, and you're not the first person who said, I think my best friend today said, you were a badass bitch, and I was wearing like a jumper. I'm like, I don't know how badass you can be in a jumper.
You know what it is? I think it's because you're fierce. No, I don't even think I've seen your tattoo. No, it's something in your strength or your eyes or whatever. You have this fierce look about you. You're a warrior woman, and I think that
in order to be strong, you have to put it on. You have to fake it till you make it.
Absolutely.
You have to do what you need to do until you can do what you want.
So what do you tell the girls out there today? It's tough, man. I say we validate you right now. It fucking sucks, man. I wouldn't want to be. I did not want to be born. I'm sorry to our kids that are fucking raised in this fucked up world that we brought. But you know what? I think that's what we maybe thought maybe back in the 80s or 70s or 90s.
I say find a mentor, stay strong, focus on yourself.
Have some passion, right?
Have a lot of passion. Put the passion
Stop
in yourself.
feeling entitled.
Right now, all I want to tell teenage girls is focus on yourself.
Yeah.
You have plenty of time in college to focus on boys, but focus on yourself.
Your body will change like 7 or 8 different times, and that's before.
And they will lie to you to get you to do whatever it is they want to do. They'll tell you they're going to marry you, they love you, like within 5 minutes of meeting you.
You know what? Marry them. Okay, that's what I say. Get your own shit, get your own whatever, and then let them come and sleep on your couch, and just say, you know what, get the hell out.
And I think it's important to be there for each other. Women should be there for each other. They should
absolutely
support each other, lift each other up. Every girl that knows me knows me. If I have the place for this thing, you do.
I know that from you have a variety of people in your life. See, the thing about you is that you don't have.
I don't have
you don't have a niche. It's not like I could say she's a rockabilly girl or she's a punker or she's heavy metal for sure.
I grew clothes on, curled my hair, and whatever.
But I think that you could rock it in the country world too, right?
I do.
You do.
I love my boots. Actually, that was good.
Because you are from today. Your boots. I'm glad you didn't wear them because I'd be jealous. Yeah, and I bet you do. What else? You like a little hip hop though.
I do. But I'm old school hip hop. None of the new stuff really. You have to really be.
No auto tune with you.
No,
yeah.
I need the old stuff. Like I was very excited about the movie coming out. I won't say what movie. It doesn't need to be plugged, but I was very excited because it brought back a lot of memories.
It's the one movie that everyone took over on Facebook because we're all out of whatever. I'm out of wine or something. We're not out of wine, no. I don't know. We wanted to do a special, different edition of Women of Passion, and I felt like let's pick a shell because that's something that we did at this other segment. So I'm gonna push this over here. And,
I've been eyeballing.
Is that the one you want? Okay. If there's a girl that sees this off YouTube and you want to write Angel or you want to write me, is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My phone number is public, and I'm a real estate agent. I don't hide it, so it's on my Facebook.
And we'll at the end we'll bloop up your. Should we plug your? Do you want to plug your stuff in here?
Absolutely.
All right, of course. If you want to buy a house, right? And you do all kinds of stuff, right? You help people with you probably direct them to the right kind of get their credit. I do.
If I don't have the answer, I'll send you the sentence. Okay. That's very important. I don't.
All right. Well, which one of these bottles are you going to take?
I'm taking the Pepsi.
Oh, you want the Pepsi?
Yeah, because I know
you're a Pepsi girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you. Okay, cool. Because I'm a Coke girl anyway. So
I'm a Coke girl. I'm just going to be nice.
You're going to take the Pepsi? Okay. This is Shell with the Women of Passion, and this is my Women of Passion for the month of August. And stay tuned for another segment because I got a couple other girls that are going to be coming up and touching on some hot topics in just a minute. Hi, this is Shell here with our second part of the Women of Passion Special Edition, and we are here with Franky. Such a treat. The other girls that, the woman that was just before you and the girl that's coming up after you, they've been in a full series, Women of Passion, before. Right. And we want to schedule something with you in the future, really to dive into your art side and your survival side. We're going to touch a little bit about your survival side today as far as your disability, because having a disability gives you a lot of gives you opportunities to use those skills that you had before as far as being organized, and you have to be really on point to get what you deserve in this.
Unfortunately, it's not an easy road. You think, oh, having a disability, she gets a little blue placard in front row parking.
I don't.
You don't even get that?
No, I don't.
Well, you could actually.
Well,
for your drivers.
I could.
My point was that there's more to it than a blue placard. There's a lot of work to feel that she's equal in this world, you know.
That's true.
What we want to dive into as far as the young people, when you were growing up, we were kind of talking about this earlier. We were protected, really, you know what I mean? Even though we were protected because of the social media world. Kind of speak to that. I mean, not that you were oblivious, but how did you find your news? You had to read it in like the Sunday Times, right?
You had to read it in newspapers or magazines,
and it was well thought out. It was like the past by the time we read it.
And rarely did we even pay attention to the news. Most of it, we didn't pay attention.
I do remember watching certain things on the TV,
like,
you know.
Like the Berlin Wall.
Yeah,
I think we all watch that, but you know.
I mean, I remember watching them try to climb it and all that stuff. It wasn't, and that was pretty real time. I mean, we watched it come down.
I mean, there's things like that.
Oh, and the Challenger blew up. Yeah. That was probably right in the beginning stages of computer. You know, and I think when the Challenger went. I'm not how many years back went. But for the young people today, what I want to touch on is giving them advice and hope. You're a real inspiration. Kind of touch on your process of going to school. Were you in school prior to when you had talk about your, briefly about your disability, and then were you in school prior to that, or did you do it after? Okay.
Yeah. I went 25 years ago.
Okay. So you started off right after high school and went into your college career.
Yes.
Okay.
And was working towards a costuming degree originally, and then decided I went back because of the disability.
Okay.
I have a visual impairment because of a brain tumor.
So when you tell me about the place where you're at home and you're making decisions like, is this it kind of thing? I mean, when did you decide, at what point were the light go back on and you say, I'm going back to school, you know?
When they told me I was going to be permanently disabled because of my vision, I said, I told my doctor, I don't accept that.
Okay. Okay, you just gave me goosebumps and real goosebumps. And what I want to speak to that is that just because you're assigned this label, if you will, you know, and you're like, no, I'm bigger than that.
I'm bigger than that. And I said, can I go back to school? And he said, sure. And I actually registered the next day.
What do you mean by visual? Is it mean like you can't see color differently, or do you have process differently now? What do you mean by that?
I have moving black spots in my vision at all times.
So driving's out, right? Or you drive? What about night driving? Do you see like halos and stuff, or do you have to wear glasses?
Glasses don't help.
Okay.
I have good and bad days.
Okay.
There's days where my vision's really good.
Okay.
And there's days where it's really, really low.
Okay.
I never know when I wake up.
And they haven't related it to stress or tiredness, fatigue.
No, it has
too much dairy.
Because the tumor damaged the visual part of my
Okay, so it's hit and miss. You don't know. All right. So with that, how do you work around accommodations at school or something? What if there's a day where you're having low visibility and you can't go to school? Do they? I
have a bus pass.
Okay.
So if I can't drive,
But I mean, what if you're having a bad day? Do you get like extra, maybe accommodations as far as
at school?
Yeah, you're not in trouble if you. I don't know. Do you get in trouble for not showing up to class as long as you finish the final? I mean, it's been a while since I've been in school.
Actually, it's pretty rare. I've actually missed a day.
I'm just saying in general, though.
But there's accommodations. They read my tests to me.
Okay.
So all my tests are read to me. They have at school, like I always find people in class that I kind of make friends.
Okay.
And my teachers don't know.
So that's some good things you can speak to the young people. If you
need a class, sometimes,
be aware.
Like you really learn to make friends, and I'm really honest with people about it.
Okay.
Because I learned my first semester I didn't, and I struggled.
Okay.
And I'd like my low days, I'd run into a desk and people are like, what the heck's wrong?
She like shaking today, or...
And so I was like, okay, I better start being honest with people. And people are really people are really good about that. People
why? You know why? Because you inspire them. Because we're all at home not having any disabilities, bitching about, I don't want to go to school today. And Franky's all, look, I know I bumped into you 3 times last week, but I'm here, you know?
So it was really, it's amazing how well people take that. Okay. And most people are like, you look normal. Until I have a low day, and then they're like, oh, okay, let me help you out here.
Do you have pain? Do you have like maybe like
I get migraines sometimes. I get migraines.
All right.
So migraines can be.
That comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So when kids are feeling like they're not really sure, when you're talking about, I think that honesty is the best policy as far as finding somebody, even if it's just one person you can trust. Have you found that your professors at school, or I guess you're not, or your teachers, or is there a student group? I mean, what if you don't know anybody and you don't know how to say hi? I mean, a student council?
Actually, there's DSPS, which is there's a disability office.
Okay, because I have a son with disabilities.
Right.
Okay, and so I know he is outgoing though, but there might be times
there are
when he's
people
not.
who aren't, and I've actually several times I've been in classes because I'm also dyslexic as well.
Okay.
So, but I also I've been in classes where I've watched some people kind of struggle, and I'm like, you know what? I think you should really go. Let me take you over to the office. I think you should be tested because I can tell like they're struggling with reading.
Wow, so you're actually becoming a self-aware patient, or like student advocate, not a patient advocate, but really kind of like a patient in the sense,
Yeah, because I'm in English classes or in math classes because sometimes I
Do you know of anything, not to throw you on the spot if you don't know, it's okay.
No, yeah.
But I know that you want to be a teacher someday. Okay.
That is actually what I'm
about
for,
being a teacher's aide at the college level? Is there jobs for people like a student?
Actually, I am a teaching assistant at the school.
You are, and so is that a minimal pay or is that minimum wage?
It depends. I think some teachers it's just your volunteer. Some teachers I think pay. Some teachers it's private.
Okay.
It really kind of depends. There's actually.
But is there
tutoring.
a real
There's
job
actually tutoring.
for that?
Actually, there's tutoring there that they pay. There is actually tutoring.
If you're really, maybe that's one of your skill levels, right?
There is actually.
Do you get any kind of? Is there a way
learning
for
center they do that.
You to get a discounted maybe meal or a parking pass? Any of that for?
No.
No discounts at the college level?
No.
Okay.
But there is tutoring
on that.
where you can go.
Okay.
The learning center has tutoring, so if somebody's really good in something, they want to help. They do pay them to tutor.
Okay, so they can make their little money there or borrow it and stuff. So just kind of be savvy. So if everything goes well, what are we talking, like 3 or 4 years until you get to your job that you want to be at? I know that you're not sure.
I've got 2 more years at college. Well, after this year, I have 1 more, and then I have to transfer to state college.
Okay.
To get my bachelor's, and then I have to go into the teaching program for my special ed degree.
No, so that's for the special ed degree, but you could actually work in the process of that, or you want to just finish all of it, the schooling first, and then go?
Well, you can do.
It's hard though.
Special, yeah. Because the special ed credentialing actually takes a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. And you're still deciding which level of special ed you want to go to, right?
Yeah.
Because there's many.
There's a lot.
So many.
Yeah, and I want to get. First is liberal arts, which is English, and then my minor is art. Oh,
you just flagged me on that. So we were talking about, like, sometimes there's struggles and the system's kind of set up for failure, right, with your financial aid.
Yes.
You just were fortunate to get approved, but there was a scary time for a little bit, right? And,
yes.
And if you didn't have a great supporting team in your circle, you may not be in class right now, and
it's absolutely true. So the one thing about the schooling is because I went 25 years ago, they count all of your credits from your entire career at school.
Which isn't necessarily fair.
Fair. So I had to appeal my thing because I had 103 attempted units. I only completed 86, but I had attempted 103, and that's something I had to appeal and explain why I had changed my major.
Right.
Why I was doing everything I did.
So that was good. So
yeah.
At that level right there, some people, and this is who I want to speak to you right now.
Yeah.
You just say, you know what, I don't want to do it, I quit,
Don't quit.
Don't quit. Because they said you can't do this or we're going to, that's just their job. Their job is to be the appeal person,
Right.
And so they're not trying to mess with your life, so just follow your dots and complete the forms, right?
If it's your dream.
Now, if they didn't know how to fill out the paperwork to appeal, is there somebody in the school that will help you do it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
They have counseling the counselors will help you fill out your paper. You have to write a letter.
Okay.
There's people who will, there's stuff online and people will.
So you're not alone. There's no excuse to not appeal.
write your letter and write it from your heart. That's what I did. Write it from your heart.
You can't. The best policy is to always be honest. You know,
Yeah.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
we have to filter ourselves in society, but when it comes to your passion and really getting through,
Absolutely.
just tell your story, right?
Tell your story. And, you know, I also included, even though it wasn't required, what my plan was for the next 2 years to get out and get to my state college so that they knew I had a plan.
Yeah.
You want to show them that you're serious about what you're doing.
Right. Oh, because they'll have compassion.
That's it.
So on our final note here, tell me about, you were talking about different ways to make money and stuff, and you said that you could do essays or these scholarships or something like that.
Yeah.
So tell me, is it like a topic or something, and then you can write about it? I know there's writing essays, but
Well, for as soon as all this happened, and I thought, okay, what if I don't get this appeal? I still want to go to school.
Yeah.
I have a plan, and I have to think of backup.
Mm-hmm.
So there's scholarships out there, and there's tons of them that go
along with whatever your major is, right?
Not only what your major is, but they go unawarded every year. So at the school, they have lectures every semester to tell you how to write.
You know, at the high school level, there was like $50 and $250 ones in Vacaville with my kids.
Thousands of
and this one
dollars.
kid won every year because he's the only one that applied. I'm not saying he wasn't talented
No,
with his words, but he just won by default.
And that's exactly the point. And that's what I'm like. But
you should do that anyways. You know what I mean? Just as your extra, right?
I'm already on that because I want backup.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I need backup.
Yeah, that backup for your backup.
But they have them. Okay, I want to do special ed. They have ones just for teaching, for special ed. They have them for mature women.
So we can speak to that experience.
But, you know, they may have them, say you're somebody who's going for anthropology. They have them, there's
counseling, being a life coach.
There's literally so many scholarships that go unawarded. So go look. Go look. It's worth it. Go apply. It's, like I said, there's lots of unawarded ones out there.
All right, take a shell. Let's take a shell here. Let's bring this a little closer. I think did I give you one last time?
No.
All right.
Look at these shells. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love seashells.
And what I meant by last time is that she's been to my house before. Okay, so yeah, you want that one? Okay. All right, I'll take this one here. All right, thanks so much for your time, Franky.
Thank you.
And upcoming is Genevieve, and she's going to have some things to say. She'll have me cracking up. She's going to have her cracking up, so stay tuned for some more.
This is Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. How are
You're
you?
my final guest here with our special edition of Women of Passion. And, we've been talking about a bunch of stuff. And each girl that came before you, we just want you to kind of take it back a moment and bring that girl that was a teenager and bring her to the conversation now. And she's now in 2015. I know that you've raised a child, so you kind of watch, and I have adult children as well, so we grew up with them, right?
Right.
And so, and they're like, wow, you find out if they're more patient. Well, I spill my coffee by now or kick a shoe or something, they're just like, okay, Or they have a struggle, you know what I mean? It can go either way. But in today's times, I don't know. How do you think you can survive? What do? You try to stand out? Do you try to be quiet? I think you need to be smarter. I was never self-aware back then. I used to hitchhike, okay? There's no freaking way I could let, I don't even want to go to the mall.
Right.
I mother my 22-year-old. He's like, he walks to the liquor store to get a pack of cigarettes, and I'm like, all right,
where is it? How long is this taking too long?
He's like, I need the state to get,
You know what? I'd probably give myself a little too much freedom.
Okay.
And that
Is he tall? He's a big guy too, though. He's tall.
He's just getting taller than me. He's right around a foot taller than me.
How old is he?
Maybe not a full.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Oh, he's 14. He's all out.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to grow. He's going to be taller than I think we all usually expect. And he's a good kid. But of course I'm mom, so it's like I'm always like,
well, the type of mom you are, what I want to highlight how cool you are is you're the type of mom that shows your child, and not just your son, but you're also
you have a lot of young people. I'm
Yeah.
sure your son, every kid comes with other kids,
Right.
right?
Oh, yeah. And I'm
they
a
have their
house
group.
where I'm like,
Come on, you're the cool housewifes. Stay on the couch,
There's
whatever.
pizza things in the refrigerator.
No, please don't drink
Just
my
don't.
last Pepsi, no,
Right,
or whatever, you know.
Right. Just don't drink beer.
Yeah, just keep it cool, keep it under 21.
Right.
But if you're out in the community, you go to a lot of different music, you know, and you know a lot of different people, not just music, but the arts and
I mean, I know a lot of great people who have some really amazing couples that they're working out.
and they're survivors.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah,
So you
I
kind of
know,
bind together.
They're all 20s and 30s, so we've made it. We've all made it through that process. I'm older than that, but you know, we've all gotten through where you are, you know, and some took a really hard road on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, my son is. I feel like he's one of those people who insists on learning the hard way. You know, even though I'm like, do. You know, like don't go that way. This is all there really is down that road. And he just looks at me and he says things like, #white girl politics today.
You speak some hashtag. Did you learn the language?
I'm not really good with hashtag stuff.
Okay, I know all the language, all the lingo. I'm the mom. I'm the annoying hashtag mom that starts hashtags on them, and they're like, really? Like, come on. They have rules. My oldest will not let me post on any of his feeds at all because you know, I'm just, no. Every once, maybe Christmas, a birthday, you know. But my youngest, he allows me to take over his Facebook as long as I don't post like songs. Wow. Because I get all crazy with the songs.
Mine is social media is crazy. So I grew up in a time period where we did not have a computer in our house. I did not have a computer that I had access to on a regular basis until after I graduated from high school. Okay. And I was in college. Okay. 1991, 1992. I lived on campus where we had.
And that was basically
labs.
you were not surfing Craigslist back then.
Okay.
Okay.
No. But they did have chat rooms.
Okay,
That was one of the first platforms that you could do, or these chat rooms.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of cyber sex started.
Okay.
And things like that. There was a lot of dating on this, like talking to people.
I was asking you earlier, so I'm not going to totally bust you out with not having knowledge of it, but I'm like, do you know any current events in the last 3 days? You know, you're like, no, you're a student, you're working, you're busy, you know?
Yeah,
and so what hit the news today is that you've heard of sex trafficking. You can speak to knowing that there's a growing problem. Apparently, California is one of the bigger problem areas, and they just busted a couple that has been actively doing it for the last 15 years, and they had a $1 million house in Livermore, and there's been all girls all over. And the sad thing is that the cops had to do this investigation and watch them for a little while, right? So they're watching. They're okay, so they're being shipped off, and so their spiel is international models, and they had enough money to pull it off because the houses that they had were beautiful, and they are accounting for millions of dollars. The cops took away 7 luxury cars, and we're talking not on the Ferrari level, but I don't know, like really high end, you know. So that's what's going on now. So I mean, that's active in this world. And there was a live shooting today in the news feed today, and our kids are being exposed to that. I remember watching TV, and I remember certain events that happened that were like, whoa, like when the Berlin Wall came down. You know what I mean? That was a big freaking deal.
It was a huge deal.
There's stuff going on in the world today that the kids are oblivious to, but they know how to make big lips with a suction cup on YouTube. Okay, I watched the videos. I watched them all. I never did that because I have big enough lips, but I don't think I would. You know, this is crazy self-mutilation. You know,
No.
All to look beautiful.
All of this is so. Yeah.
In the last segment, we were talking to Franky about. We kind of touched on a little bit about body image and stuff, and how it's very difficult. I mean,
I don't think I grew up with anything compared to what kids grew up to.
I mean, I think I had low self-esteem when I was younger, but not to the point where
not like this.
I mean, I think I was tall. I'm 5'7", so I think I was extremely tall. But back then, it was like I couldn't help it. All the guys were short. I guess they grew later, you know, or whatever. But
I'm 5'2". I was 5'2".
So you had the short girl syndrome, you know.
But I was also like the chunkiest for my size. Like I wasn't fat.
All right.
I was just curvy.
Right.
But everybody else was
you were curvy in the wrong time. No, in the 80s you needed to be, you know. I was 117 back then. I mean, can you imagine? And I thought it was fat.
I was 112 pounds and I thought I was fat.
Oh, you were 112?
Yeah, but I was curvy.
Oh.
I wasn't a stick figure like the rest of the girls. So I thought, oh God, I'm fat.
And you'd be so popular today. Oh my goodness.
It's a whole different story. story,
That's
you
a whole
know.
different
But that's
story.
again, we're back to social media. That we were not. I mean, not.
But we weren't
even-
compared. Do you know, we look at the
Nothing.
JCPenney's
Right.
catalog.
Right.
I compared myself to the girl, you know.
Cosmo, you know, if you had Cosmo.
Oh,
in
no,
your
of course,
house,
Cosmo. Are you kidding?
You know,
we would get, I would
you know what
buy,
I
don't even know how we
saw
got it.
Playboy though.
Playgirl.
Or
We
no,
got Playgirl.
I saw Playboy, so I saw the women in those.
Okay.
magazines and thought, oh, that's
Yeah.
and
Desire.
like, you know, accessible. So, you know, and I knew what Cosmo was, and I'd seen those things, and I've looked at magazines and stuff like that too.
I went, so they don't,
I'm not nearly as tempted by any of that now as I was then, obviously, because I've grown up. You know what I mean? And I realize it's all an illusion. It's all, everybody is all an illusion.
okay, let's speak to that. You know, I read
Follow
something
it.
on the feed of Craft Facebook today, and it was talking about not being in love with the outsides or whatever, but it was even deeper than that. It was, for me, it's the mind. Okay, I didn't realize that in my first marriage and in my first life. I'm on my third life right now, but in my first and second life, I did not realize until when I was single and I was attracted to somebody online. It didn't work out well for me, okay? Don't do what I do, but I did fly to New Jersey and meet him a few times and back and forth. And he was on the outside, it was just, let's just say, down to the music wasn't my type, you know, and it was odd to people, and I brought him over, you know. It was odd to people, like, how could you, you know, and I said, because he got my mind, you know.
Yep.
And I'm fortunate to have that with my current relationship, but it's tough because people today, I don't think they're necessarily attracted to that part of it, you know, they're looking, because we date people, we all get older and stuff like that, and we're still living and breathing, and we're still what? Very, you know, you have no idea, we're not old. But I did remember when we were young and we thought, and we couldn't hear it, but if you're a smart young person, just kind of believe Angel and Franky and Genevieve and maybe me sometimes. You know,
Chug along. It gets better.
It does get better, right?
Oh, absolutely. It gets better. It gets better.
Because we don't have to, like, make all these horrible, like, we can see the big thing. We can
Right.
still make a fucking mistake, but the difference is sometimes we're like, well, this may be a mistake.
Like,
but-
you start to put things in perspective.
You
You know,
do.
absolutely really put things in perspective as you get older,
Yeah.
and not everything is the end of the world. I know.
Exactly.
I have a 14-year-old, so every time something happens, this is the worst day ever. You know, I'm like, oh my god, you haven't even touched on the worst day of your life yet. Promise.
That's true. Did
You
you ever
know,
journal? Were you a journaler?
Oh, I am a journaler still to this day.
Okay, do you have journals when
Yes,
you were you?
Yes.
Have you
Look at
read
them.
them?
And I see this.
How
So
who
when I
is she
grew up,
then?
there's this
Okay, because
cycle,
all
you
my
know.
shit got burned at 17.
I was-
Okay, I used to journal. I had so that
I
girl's
was
dead. I
really-
can only try to remember her.
So my sister showed me something the other day, but some this postcard that I had sent her when I was in college. And I read it when I was like,
Okay, cool.
you know, and
I love when I impress
you
myself.
know, and then I went through this time period where I wasn't cool with it.
Okay.
And now I'm back to like, we're gonna
Cool.
figure out cool, and I like this chick. So I do go back and I read some of my own stuff, and I was like, you know, she was inspired. She was inspired. She wanted to go places and do things. The path changed.
Yeah.
And then
But you changed
she
with
took
it.
charge anyway and did what she needed to do to get through that place. And now she's back in a place where she's in charge of her life again.
Yeah.
And I'm doing stuff, you know,
Yeah.
like, last time you guys talked to me, I was involved with the Moxies. I'm still
Yeah.
involved with the Moxies.
Oh.
And I did a
You
bit
know
of a show.
we're going to one that's coming up.
I'm so
Cameron
excited.
Camp. I always I forgot to put that
September,
one.
October.
It's the September one. I think I
Okay.
believe it's the rock and the metal one, right? I said
Women of rock and
Women
roll.
rock and roll. I said
Yeah.
I have to go to that. Okay, so we were speaking earlier about that dress with the plastic and all that.
Uh-huh.
That's the dress I want to wear to that event. So that's maybe we
It's
can
gonna
work
be a
that
good
out.
show, people.
Okay.
Gotta go. The Tom Barfly.
And so
September 12th.
you
So
really-
so now I'm also singing at some open mics, which is that's
okay, is that scary?
Oh God,
So because open mic because it's a different crowd.
because it's a different crowd. I'm really singing some original.
Aren't they
music
like? Okay,
with somebody.
I'm not trying to judge
Singing with
open.
somebody.
Yeah, but open mic people, you guys need to
Be a judge.
you can calm down, okay? You know what I
Depends on
mean?
the open mic you go to, because We go to a really low key
We're,
one.
okay, good. I've been to some aggressive ones, and then some of this kind of experience gets up there, and I'm like, whatever. Okay, good.
I know, some of them can be a little harsh. But, you know, it's cool, it's fun, it's good, it's exciting, it's
That's
a whole
so cool.
separate level.
Do you
like,
do not practice on that, but do you, in a sense, like, try out a new type of song or something at an open mic versus before you go to the Moxies and perform? Or is that music totally separate from what you do at open mic?
some, no, because usually I'm practicing songs that I do with the Moxies at karaoke.
Okay,
And there's
karaoke.
a track, because I'm usually singing to a track.
Okay.
With this open mic, it is a couple covers, but it's
Are
the
open
person's
mics
original
are
music.
open mics
It's
all
Charles
ages?
Gunn.
Is it all ages?
Photographer as well.
Charles Gunn.
Charles Gunn photographer. And,
Are they generally over 21 in these open things? Are they
yeah,
ones
they're
that?
usually in like bars that
Okay.
are not.
But you know what? Not all young people are in their teenage years. Young people is anywhere from 21 to 37.
Right,
Okay?
young
Even
people
if it's
mindset.
younger than us as a young person, okay? And you can come to us.
It's a mindset.
And
No, I mean just because I'm this old, that doesn't. I mean,
You come
you
off-
mentioned how old you were, so I'll say how old I am. I'm
Okay.
42. And
you're still young.
oh,
You're not in your mid 40s
not
yet.
in my mid 40s
So you
yet.
can still say you're just
Creeping.
40. You're
I'm in my
42.
40s. My
Yeah,
early
you're 40s.
40s.
Yeah, you're in my early 40s. Yeah.
Just because doesn't mean I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like we went through stuff too. Maybe it wasn't the same. No,
Yeah.
social media was not the same.
No.
And we weren't exposed to the same kind of information as we were.
I think that we had the same hurts as young people do
The
today.
same stuff.
But the
Yes.
problem is that it wasn't lasting in a little thumbprint inside your
Right.
space in the iCloud.
Right,
That's
right.
the difference. Is that
Right.
all my journals and all my memories got burned up, and I had a really bad high school experience. Like, But so I'm saying that I feel some people, like they're young, go, you don't get it, man.
Right.
It's
But
da da
you
da. It
do.
was easier back then because the economy was different and gas was whatever. And like maybe things were different, but I understand that it's tough and it's not.
Puberty is the same.
It is the same. In the past.
Teenage, adolescence is the same.
Right.
You've got other stuff you have stuff to deal with, but the core of it is where you're coming from emotionally. How emotionally healthy are you?
Yeah.
And if you're not emotionally healthy, you're not dealing with any of this stuff, no matter
Right.
what it is.
And
you're
that's
facing
going to
with.
repeat throughout your whole life.
Your whole life.
Guess what? It doesn't
Grab
get.
onto it now. Doesn't
Yeah.
get any easier.
So
Take
hopefully
hold of
you're
it now.
hopefully you're smart enough. So we got to wrap up this stuff. I saw the 2-minute thing a little bit ago, and so you, like I asked Franky earlier, you're open to if anyone contacts us from YouTube that writes and says, I really like what she had to say. She's funny, and I want to see if she can sing. And, maybe have to go to the Moxies and.
Right on.
And,
Yeah.
you guys have shows a couple times a month, right? Once a month at minimum, right?
Yeah, once a month minimum, and we do
Sometimes
a
you do.
shows.
Okay, all right. There's an
Yeah.
extra. Yeah,
Little plug.
little plug. Hashtag Blue Rap. We love the Blue. All right, this has been a really great special edition of Women of Passion. Thanks so much for all my guests, and stay tuned for it's August, but coming up in October for my October, it's gonna be good. So I'll highlight it later.